happen. Oh, man. Well, Cura team, I'm at Krasnostav, and it's tipping with rain again, which is really beginning to tick me off. Pardon my French, but it is. And someone's already been through there. I've found some cast-offs. Someone's been clearing inventory to make space for the stuff that they've been finding, which means there's nothing there. which is a real pisser. Yeah, I mean, I'm heading to Krasno, which I think is over this way. Yeah, I mean, this last leg up this coast road, it's like I'm following somebody who's doing exactly the same as I am. Because everywhere I've gone has already been hit. Every medical clinic has already been hit. Krasno's already been hit. You know, every military tent has already been hit. It's just, you know, it's. I mean, I guess it's part of the game, but it's very frustrating, isn't it? You know, there's a limited amount of stuff, and there you go. Anyway, carry on to Krasno and maybe find a place to dry off. Up in the hills, I think. I'll probably just keep going if it's going to be hosing down like this, and see how we get on. That, ladies and gentlemen, is why you do not use the 3-code lock. There is actually nothing in here. It's just the outside, isn't it? Well, okay. I mean, they're obviously gearing it up for something, which is fine. They're gonna be really pissed off when they come back and find that their code has changed. Oh. Mm. Oh well, there you go. Team of the eye. Cura team. I spawned in Berezino, and I'm now outside Berezino. But I brought you in for this because I don't know if you've ever seen this. This is infected chasing and killing sheep, which is great because they're gonna save me the effort. But I don't know how much meat I can get off them after they've killed them, because the more violently you kill them, the less meat you get off them, is what I'm led to believe. So this guy's coming my way. Thank you. Anyway, let's have a look. Oh, got a few. Just need to clear some space, is all. I don't know how I'm gonna do that. Blimey. We're in Kelm. That looks like a base, doesn't it? Tour again. Look a bit familiar. A little bit different in daylight. Spawning in Berezino and Helm is not a million miles away from Krasnostad, which is also not a million miles away from where I got shot a mere few hours ago. So I don't know how long a body persists. I'm also conscious that I locked the door with a lockpick, and I currently don't have a lockpick, but I'm fairly certain that the people that shot me would have had a lockpick, and I think that they would have opened the door, and I think that they would have gone in and they would have taken my weapons and ammunition, but probably not cared about my other stuff, which is fine. So they may well have left my jackets, boots. They'll have probably taken things like gun cleaning kits and so on. But and I'm also, you know, vaguely hoping that they're not still here. But I guess we're gonna find out, right? Because why not? What do we gotta lose? I mean, I'm sure they looted the place, so I'm sure there's not a lot here. Door's still shut. Oh yeah, they cut me up. So I think door's open. Oh man. Oh yeah, lying down. I like the idea of lying down. What is this? They left some trash. They left a sporter, a tactical shirt. Right, let's have a look. Is there something wrong with that assault backpack? No, it's worn. Okay. I have rope. Just need to figure out how to get to the wood. I have that. In fact, that is my jacket. Which... I don't know if I'm B negative anymore. And then you're gonna end up with what? Craft a torch, craft a fireplace, craft a splint, yay! So it's rags and short sticks. Right. And what do I do with it? To inventory. Fix fracture. Alright, okay. Right, okay. Oh. I don't need that splint, so I can drop that. We're all good. We survived the ambush. Just about. And we picked up some of our gear. And we picked up a set of boots. There's certainly room for improvement, but to be honest, we're down to pretty good guns. I'm not gonna lie. I was getting really rather attached to that Bison. It's a pretty good gun. But anyway, we've got some of our gear back. We are back on the road. We have exactly the same plan. We are gonna head from Crescent Save down towards NWAF, Vybor Military Camp, outskirts of Zelenogorsk, back to the base. That's where we're at. We got gear to pick up. We got bases to crack. We've seen another base that you know, looks like it probably needs a little bit of cracking, so to speak. Yeah, so there you go. There you go. Where are you? I picked one. Cool again. This is an interesting one, isn't it? It seemed to be a bit odd to build that wall where you can jump around it. And they've got quite a bit of gear. So there you go. Not the best way to do your job, boys. Right, let's see what they got before I get shot. Right. Never mind. Try harder, eh? Right, let's get out of here. Let's get some water. Sort out our inventory. Sort out our new weaponry. And get back on the road, shall we? Kura team, just bringing you in. We're just heading down to Grishino now, which is going to be the staging point for NWAF and probably is for a few people. So I'm expecting to find at least 1 or 2 bases down there. That little base was a good little win for us. I mean, that's just foolish. Whoever built that, I mean, come on, did you even try to get in? It wasn't that hard. But anyway, there you go. It seems to me like what I've kind of found running around and checking out towns and things where these little bases are is it seems to be that people enjoy setting up bases where there's a water supply and maybe even like a medical clinic, and they're like, you know, farming things or whatever the situation is, you know, and then they're returning there, you know, for whatever reason. I mean, it seems to be a common theme. The other thing that I would say about this server is it's getting kind of busy. You know, it used to be mostly low and medium, and now it tends to be more on the medium high. And the other night I had to wait in a queue to get in because it was crowded. So it's definitely gaining a little bit more popularity. which which is good. It increases the challenge for us now that we know how to survive most things. Certainly from an environmental perspective, we still don't fully understand how to survive things from a PvP perspective, as has been evidenced by the last couple of times of us getting shot and so on. But that's what we need to learn. Is we need to learn these things. We need to learn what will work and what won't work, and all of that kind of jazz, which is part of the game. So there you go. So I'm gonna go down and gonna have a nosy around Grishino, and then depending on where we are with the time, that is east, I think. So it's still early morning. I don't know whether we'll get over to NWAF before the sun goes down or not. It depends what I find down here and how I go on down here and whether I survive being down here, as is evidenced by so many things. So yeah, I'll have a look around, and if I find anything magical or tragical, I'll let you know. See you soon. Kia ora, team. We're coming in just sort of around about where the construction area is for NWAF, which, if you've watched my other video on the three-part episodes for NWAF, you'll know where that is. You will have glimpsed the gas over there. So they've the gas came in while I was at Grishino. So there it is down there. Nothing magical or tragical in Grishino, and I didn't see any bases, which is, I'll have to say, something of a surprise. I was expecting to see some more activity, and I haven't. So I wonder how long this gas is going to be around for. What did I say last time? 45 minutes. That's literally only happened like 10 minutes ago. So it's probably not going to clear off anytime soon, to be fair. Blimey O'Reilly. Let's get patched up. Let's get some tincture on that. Now, if you've watched my other episodes on NWAF, you'll know that the concrete buildings, while interesting, don't actually have a lot in them, and it's a real maze. So we want to go around. There's only a limited area over there which has actually got barracks in, and the barracks is where the good stuff tends to be, and it's a little bit over near the top. There's maybe just this one building at the bottom I think I want to have a look in. I'm a bit worried about my blood being quite so low, and I don't know about the compatibility of B- and A+. I don't think it works, so I don't think I can use that, and I don't know how I would know whether I can or not. But yeah, I just want to check this one building down here, and then we'll loop around up to the top. Right, well that's it. That's the only bit I'm doing today. just wanted to drop in and skirt around that southern edge and drop into those barracks. But there's nothing there. I don't know why there's nothing there. Yeah, a bit of a mystery. Cleared out? I don't know. Didn't look like it. And no infected? It's all a bit odd. We had a server restart about an hour ago or something. I don't know. Anyway, bit peculiar. But yeah, well, the intention is to head down towards Vybor way. Don't really want to get my feet wet. And go over to Vybor military camp, which I've never done. Yeah, I've never done Vybor military camp. So yeah, so that's my intention. Hello again. We're in Vybor. We're holed up in Vybor. It's night is approaching. It is hosing it with rain, as you can see outside. I'm just catching up with some inventory management. The Vybor military camp is out that way somewhere, I think. Which I don't actually think that I've been to. Certainly not in this season as far as I can remember. I can remember being to Vybor before. I remember the industrial area. There was a helicopter crash happened while we were scouting it out. So I remember that. I remember being in Vybor. I don't think I ever went to the military camp, so I don't know what to expect. Probably just the usual barracks and stuff. So anyway, so that's what I'm doing, catching up with some inventory stuff, sorting out some bits and pieces. I mean, I'm really happy about our stamina bar. It's really, really high. You know, I picked up an assault vest, which has added me some extra capacity. Got rid of a stab vest. We've got obviously now a good field jacket. I mean, we're looking a little bit dangerous. You know what I mean? I wouldn't trust this guy. Look at him. Anyway, you know, we got a couple of weapons. We got some grenades. We got a vest. We got things to keep us alive. We picked up some tets at the medical clinic, so we've got 7 tets, which is great. So if I ever get sick with anything, I shouldn't do. We've got some of that, which we used when we got cut down at NWAF, so we should be good with that. I got some charcoal if we get sick. We got some rounds. For the SK, we got a trusty fishing rod. We got some rounds for the submachine gun, chlorine tabs, a map. We got a couple of hooks and a couple of sharpening stones, and water, and that's it. So yeah, so we are traveling light. We got what, 2 bits of fish left, which is fine. You know, we're feeling okay. That'll certainly get us through Vybor and Vybor military camp, and then I think when we head out again, we'll be heading out towards Zelenogorsk, and we'll be passing a lot of farmland. So maybe if we're passing through the farmland, we'll see if we can pick up a cow or a sheep or something, and see how we're going. I don't know about continuing to look for this glow plug. I mean, I sort of scout the edge of these little towns and things and check out looking for the glow plug. I mean, what annoys me was I found one. There was one in the back of Yolanda. I remember it, but I don't have the opportunity to get Yolanda anymore. So anyway, sounds like the rain has stopped. I might try and just skirt the outskirts of Vybor and head out towards the military camp. Well, team, I've actually finished Vybor military base. I'll just go bring you up to have a look. So that's Vybor military base in there. It's a slightly different layout than the other bases I've in. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 barracks there. Then there's a jailhouse. Then there's 2 other barracks down at the bottom, some containers, and obviously an awful lot of infected. You know, which is tickety boo. And I didn't really get anything magical, really, or tragical. Which is the not tragical is good, the magical less so. I got a helmet. I mean, I'm looking the part. I got a helmet. I got another grenade, which is good. Heading towards our base cracking. We got a scope, got a leather kit, got ammo, got odds and sods. So we are packing a lot of odds and sods, and we need to take those odds and sods, and we need to head back for our base. That's what we need to do. There's possibly one little wrinkle that I have slightly overlooked, that we need to unwrinkle before we get to our base, which is a lockpick. If you recall, I locked the doors of the garage and I locked the door of the house, and I no longer have a pick of the lock. So what I need to do is find a lockpick. So I'm going to have to head down to at least I think it's Pushtoka, which is not a million miles away from here, and possibly if I don't find what I'm looking for there, then I may also have to do the I've been in those buildings, I haven't been in this little building here. I have to do the outskirts of Zelenogorsk again. I mean, Kia ora, team. That's Pushtoka, Niktoka, whatever you want to call it. We have picked up a magical lockpick. It's damaged, which is fine, because it will have enough uses to get me to my base, get me into my base. However, we were just doing that, and as I'm sure you can see from the smoke on the horizon, that I heard a helicopter go down. I was thinking about that, it's been a long time since I've seen a helicopter go down. So we're gonna go and check it out. It was about 15-20 minutes ago. I was trying to make sure that I finished up in Pushtoka. So I don't know. We'll take it easy given where we are, and we'll see what we can see. Huh? I'll bring you in when we get a little bit closer. Ta-da for now. Well, frankly, all a little bit disappointing, really. A lot of magazines, some NBC stuff. Nothing particularly marvelous. Kia ora again, team. So I heard cow. I shot cow. Oh, that's not good contrast for my vision, is it? I heard cow. I found cow. I shot cow. I killed cow. I cut up cow. I cooked cow. I ate cow. And now my food is on its way back up again. And I've got cow. Oh, I didn't cook all the cow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 6 cow, which is fine. I have 1 spare, which if I get around to it before it rots, I can cook it. If not, well... Yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, we're not going to the Lenogorsk because I don't want to. That's the short answer. Don't want to. We're going to head over Mishkino way, which I believe is west. There's the setting sun in the west, so that is where we're going to head to. So it's going to get dark soon, which is going to make your viewing pleasure not much of a pleasure, and I'm just going to keep trudging through the night as best as I can west till I get to Mishkino, if I can, without being hounded by wolves, if I'm lucky. So on that delightful note, I will see you soon. Hello, Mishkino. And infected. And that is the end of Mishkino. Strange place. Not sure I've been there before. I don't remember the layout anyway. Right, okay. Well, carry on. Kia ora again, team. Well, we're not a million miles from home. This is the trail that takes us down to our base. So it's going to be interesting to see if it's still there and still intact. We came down through the valleys at night and down to Severe, and other than encounter with some wolves who I had to shoot, nothing magical or tragical. However, I did log out for the night in Severe because it was late in the day for me, and when I got back there was a helicopter crash not a million miles from me, and when I went to the helicopter I got these puppies, night vision goggles, you know, which is awesome. Currently I don't have anything to mount them and I don't have a battery, but that's fine. We'll stash them somewhere with our weapons, and we'll worry about that later. No glow plug. And no great weaponry or anything of that sort. I had a look around Severe. I picked up a shovel just in case, so if our base has been cracked open, hopefully they haven't found my stash. And if they've taken my pickaxe, then I need to be able to dig something up, so I've got a shovel to do that with. And what else was I going to say? Let me just check this stand. This is just a hunter's cap. Oh, thank you. Oh yeah, there was a big tent in the helicopter, a large tent, and I carried that off and stashed it in the woods. I couldn't set it up because I don't know how long a big tent stays alive for if you just drop it. But I couldn't find a place to set it up. I don't know if it needs a perfectly flat bit of ground or whatever the story was, but I couldn't make it work for some strange reason. And I would also say that, let's see if we can, maybe just in case anybody's camping out here, we might head up and take a nosy and see if anything looks disturbed or damaged. Yeah, there's also a base up in Severe, and I have, can't see, doors look shut, can't see from here, and I've popped into that base from time to time, and it's always been open. It's not open anymore. It's got a 3-code lock on it, but there's nothing in it. You can see it, and it's one of those barns that you can see into. And I can see into it, and I haven't seen anything in it. So let's have a look. Well, the garage door is still shut. Let's go around this side. The Ada is still there. The wall is still there. The wrong way around. Don't see anybody inside, so I think we're all good. I tell you what, the inventory management in this system really needs a lot of work, because it really doesn't pick the best place to put things sometimes. Anyway. He's toast. She is going to be toast, although this is nowhere near as good as my bison was. What is the story with that, man? That's dead on. Oh. Yeah. A bison it isn't. I mean, it's silenced, but oh my word. What a disaster. Why are there planks and nails here? Did I leave planks and nails here? Don't remember that, but I guess I did. Let's have a look. Gate is still intact. Hopefully that's my code lock with my code. Nice. Okay, so no one's bothered us, which is good. Right. Hello again. Welcome back. Right. I will explain to you what we're going to embark upon, which shall be interesting for us, albeit that the daylight is receding. We may not get time to do everything before night falls. In fact, we won't. But so I've kitted up with a different loadout. So I'm carrying this submachine gun of mine, which is no poison, and you know, it'll do for some stuff, but it's not great. I've got this AUR AX, which I only have one magazine for currently, which is fine, and I've got a bunch of other things which are not particularly precious to me. I have got 5 grenades, I've got a lighter in case I need to light a fire for any reason, I've got my map to get me there, I've got 2 sledges, and I've got a couple of fence kits, and I've got some iodine and some sterilized rags. I've got a couple of lockpicks. I've got a hatchet. I've got the ammo for my SG, and I've got some food. And what we are planning on doing is, do you remember that there is a base up here in this place here, which looks like Tankno? Well, I think we're going to go up and we're going to give it a go. So what my plan is, and I've been putting a bit of thought to this. What my plan is I'm bringing the 2 fence kits, because what I want to do first off is I want to get up there. I want to have a nosy about. I want to see what it looks like. I want to see if there's anybody around there, or if it's been hit already, or what the situation is. And then I want to find some space in the woods, and I want to build 2 shelters, because one of the things I've been thinking about, the issue with being a solo and base raiding, is if you do find good stuff, what do you do with it? How do you store it? How do you get it back? So what I thought was I could put 2 shelters, maybe in different locations, maybe back to back, I don't know, it depends how dense the woods are around here. And if I find really good stuff, I can run out to the shelter, deposit a whole bunch in the shelter, come back, deposit a whole bunch of stuff in the other shelter, etc., etc. And then I could take the best of the pickings, head back to base, fill it, drop that off, and come back and pick up the rest. And hopefully by that time people won't have raided my stashes and everything else, and then that'll be it. So that's what I'm thinking of doing, which, you know, we'll see, right? I've never done this before, so we said we were going to give it a go, base trading, so let's give it a go. My understanding is that 5 grenades will take out a wall. I guess we're gonna find that out, and I've got 2 sledges in case 5 isn't quite enough. And if 5 grenades and 2 sledges, which are not pristine, one's badly damaged and one's damaged anyway, but if and I don't know if I'll find anything up in the little village that's up there, and if that doesn't get us in, well, it doesn't get us in, you know, and we learn from our efforts, and we try again. There's nothing here. I've got some disinfected rags and some disinfected stuff in case I get shot. I've got a hatchet for making my shelters. Which I just need, I believe, short sticks and long sticks for. And that's it. So so that's the plan. That's what I'm planning on doing. I noticed that this has a damage cura team. So so I've headed up to this place in Tankno, whatever it's called. Man, it was more of a hike than I was expecting, to be honest. It's a lot further than it was with Yolanda, that's for sure. But anyway, I'm up here now and I'm looking around. I'm just checking out the situation with what's there and whatnot. It's a little bit more open than I was hoping for. Frankly, I was hoping for a little bit more coverage and obviously the daylight is receding. So that's potentially going to cause a little bit of a wrinkle in my overall plan. So, yeah, so what's going to happen is I'm going to spend a little bit of time checking this place out and confirming some of its construction. So what I'm going to do is I'm quickly going to skip ahead to that where I actually managed to get to the construction of the base, because there's something I want to talk about in relation to that. So I'll be back in a minute. So here's the status with the base. It has multiple gates and multiple stacked walls, by which I mean that the gates are stacked one in front of each other, one in front of each other. You can see that you've got a wall stacked here. Just at the end there, you'll see a 4-code lock. So there's a gate, there's a wooden gate in front of the garage building that's there, and there's a whole load of walls and gates and things around the front. But, and I think here's the flaw in their construction, the base of the watchtower hasn't been stacked in front of, so you can just see through the watchtower just there. So the watchtower wall is only one watchtower wall thick. But that may not exactly answer my questions, because the issue that I have is if I only have 5 grenades and 2 sledges and the ammunition that I've got on me, can I bust through a watchtower wall and then also bust through the internal wall gate, and then maybe they also have lockpicked the door, and they might even have a gate inside as well. So it could be incredibly well defended, and as I've said, that's part of my task. So at the minute, I'm looking around for a place to see if I can build an enclosure where it's not going to be immediately seen, and the issue is, like I've said to you, it's pretty open. So that's the situation, and that's where I'm sort of stuck. And yeah, it's all a bit odd. One of the other things that I should probably talk about while you're wandering around and doing all of this, or while you're watching me wandering around doing all of this, is that it is the Easter holidays where I live. And for these Easter holidays, we are going away. The DayZ family, the Long John Silver DayZ family, are taking a little road trip of our own, and we are heading south to visit some friends. So I will be gone for the better part of 5 days, which is a bit of a planning issue on my part, because I'm not going to raid this base and then leave my stash outside for 5 days, because that would just be a complete waste of my time. So this is going to be it for probably about a week. You're not going to see me again for about a week. At which point the question will be, have I managed to raid this base? Have I managed to get anything, or is it just going to be a waste of time and an experiment, and or am I going to get shot? I suppose. Or can I come up with an alternative plan B? So I'm going to leave you there on a cliffhanger. I am here at the base. It's not my intention to leave here without doing something. I came up here with the intention of learning something, and learning something is what we are going to do. But what that looks like is probably going to be a lesson for another day. So thank you very much. Happy Easter for those of you who celebrate Easter. Happy Ramadan for those of you who celebrate Ramadan, and the various greetings that go along with that. And if you celebrate neither of those things, then happy Friday for you. Thank you so very much for all of you who continue to watch my ridiculous escapades. It's still a whole heck of a lot of fun. Please do like the video content where you can. Please subscribe. It costs you nothing. It helps me a whole heck of a lot. And please comment thoughts. You have an awful lot of time to think about this. You may have seen the base. You can certainly go back and have a look at this construction in one of my earlier episodes, and you can come up with some ideas. Should I blow it? Should I try and build a watchtower alongside the actual garage itself and climb up onto the garage roof, and then try and drop into the side and blow the gate that way. That's certainly a thought I'm thinking about. Yeah, what do you think? What do you think I should do? What do you think is a smart idea? Because I have no idea. I'm making up as I go along, evidently. Yeah, so thank you all, and I'll see you all again real soon. Cheerio.
PlayStation